flag is in the air here at New Hampshire. From New Hampshire, when this race continues, things can change in an instant at day 7. Thomas Jowers Jr. did get his lap back. There he goes, celebrating tonight at day. And welcome to Dynasty Racing League DRL Northeast Ohio Ghostbusters Watkins Glen 125. That's a mouthful to say. Happy Halloween from everybody here at TRN. And also a special guest joining us. Not only do we got Derek Pemberton, we also got a very special guest that will be broadcasting the Winter Racing League for these guys. And this is actually his, I think, one of his first times actually broadcasting. So looking forward to having him in here as well. And I got to get that up. David Wellborn, thank you very much for coming in. And look forward to having you in the booth as well.
Well, I appreciate you letting me come in here and give this thing a whirl.
All right, guys, let me ask y'all a question. 50 laps. Derek, we'll start with you. Real fast, hold on, let's go. David, real fast, YouTube channel where they can watch the Winter Series and stuff like that. We'll also get it again at the end.
/Wallbound.
There you go. And he'll be broadcasting the Winter Series, which you'll get to see me racing in and win every race. Or Derek. Derek, Watkins Glen, man. Late afternoon sky, so it does make it a little unique and it makes it a little bit better grip for these guys out on track. What are we expecting?
We should see some fairly tight racing up towards the front. We'll definitely see a lot of loose race cars here. This is probably the track that's more known, where it's more of a it's kind of like how you run dirt. It's more about winning when you don't get on the gas, and we'll see that a lot tonight. Is a lot of people just getting on the gas way too early, and it ends up causing them to spin out. So I think that's going to be a big thing. But like I said, we should see probably I'm hoping about the top 5. Probably should be right there together until we get all the way down to pit stops.
So David, let me ask you. This is a big race for a lot of people because the playoffs. We know that right now on top of the board it is tied. What's your thoughts? How do you go about approaching this race if you're part of the playoff group?
Oh, man, I tell you what, I just hold on for dear life and hope I can keep the car clean. That's it.
Yeah, this the standing's very tight right now with Eric Wolf, Anthony Burrows, and you can even throw Austin Higgs in this mix as well, and Blake Griffith. They're not completely out of it. We only got 2 more races, this and Homestead. But the big question coming in, Eric Wolf, Anthony Burrows, and I'm going to be honest, we just seen Eric Wolf jump up to the top of the board. That's got to get Anthony a little bit worried. Anthony has 7 wins on the season and 4 wins for Eric Wolf. And it's going to be interesting for a lot of these guys when they go about approaching. So qualifying's about to get started here in just, should be actually ticking down now, about 15 seconds.
15 seconds.
And I have been looking forward to this race, I'm not going to lie, because I love road course racing. Now, everybody in the booth up here, David, Derek, we're not the greatest road course guys, let's be honest. We don't know a ton about the road courses. We don't know the names of turns. We talked about it earlier before we even started broadcasting. But I want to be honest, this place drives like a super speedway as far as road courses because it is so fast. Derek, let me ask you, and David, I kind of want to ask you the same question. What turn in your mind on this track is the toughest?
I would say it's either going to be turn 1 or it's going to be the one coming off the carousel. I think after that straightaway. Yeah, I think turn 1 and that turn right there, or maybe even the S's. So, I mean, those are 3 of the most difficult spots, I think.
Well, for me, it's chicane. I would have been racing tonight, but I just did not want to hinder the race tonight because I just can't get around it in this car. You put me in an Indy car, I drive the wheels off of it.
So you guys are making a lot of good points, but I'm going to throw a kind of a curveball out there, and I'm going to say it's actually the S's. It may seem like a very easy part of the track, and it probably is one of the easiest parts of the tracks because, you can almost not full throttle, of course, but you can run up to it pretty close. The thing that makes it so difficult is the fact that if there is a car that gets loose early on in a run, it's going to take out a lot of good cars because it is so narrow through that section of the track. So that's going to be a very unique turn as well. I mean, this whole place is unique. Let's just be honest. I mean, there's no buts about it. I mean, we're sitting here right now watching Jeffrey Tires. He's actually out on track and qualifying. We're actually going to hop on board here in just a moment. Let's go ahead and hop on board with Eric Wolf and get a ride around Watkins Glen. So he comes out of the final turn. Riding on board with the number 84. As he crosses the start-finish line, he will be going down in turn 1. Brake a little bit at the 2 marker. You can see how close he tries to get to that curb. He's going to run it wide.
He smoked the brakes a little bit there, getting off into 1 there, by the way.
Yeah, and that's something that you kind of mentioned about turn 1. The restart, or the start, should I say, is going to be absolutely crazy, and he may go around.
Oh! Eric's going to save it.
It's going to hurt.
And they do get 2 laps compared to normal NASCAR. Normal NASCAR usually they get 2.
To Landa Lacey, who's out on track. Landa running a Halloween paint scheme tonight, made by yours truly. Thank you very much. Running, I got to give myself a shout out on that. Running a Peanuts car, Derek. You like Peanuts?
I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it.
Charlie Brown. Landa kind of reminds me of Charlie Brown.
I just want to sit on the doghouse and fly around.
That is true. That's the only reason why I liked that one, was just to sit there and watch that one scene, because I was so confused by that scene.
That was pretty good, though.
I was going to say something else, but I'm going to keep that one to myself.
Let's see. Right now, nobody has put down an official lap yet. So we're watching
46
Landon.
should.
I think Landon's about to put down his first official lap as he works off the final turn. So Jeffrey Tire, Mike Springer is 64 first right now with a good lap of 109.575. It's a very good lap. Is that faster than his practice lap? I think so.
No.
Okay.
No.
It looks
Wait,
like
Springer?
Anthony Burroughs had a problem on his warm-up.
Okay, so Anthony Burroughs.
Yeah.
So both of our guys right now, that's tied in points. Both trouble in the warm-ups.
Ron Branch crashed in turn 1. Once he took the green flag, he crashed in turn 1.
Okay.
Chris Stover jumps up to 3rd.
Let's see, yep, you're right. Chris has had, I hate to throw him out under the bus, but man, he's struggled so much over the last few weeks. I mean, if you think about when we first started broadcasting DRL, these guys, he was the points leader. And I'm going to be honest, he was leading by quite a bit, or at least a little bit. And ever since then, I mean, he has literally just fell back and back and back. And a lot of it hasn't been his fault. It's just something that happened to the car, overcorrection, just something small. And you got to kind of feel for the 7 car because he is a very good driver. How about Mike Springer on top of the charts right now, though? Watching Aaron James as he works through the final turn. And we'll see where he jumps in the 66 car.
Is he running a DuPont?
Yeah. You can tell the guys that's in the playoffs as well. He's 6th right now. You can tell the guys that's in the playoffs as we hop over to Martin Wenzel. They have the yellow stripe on their car, plus the yellow bumper, the yellow spoiler, everything yellow on it. Yellow side skirts as well. That is guys that is in the playoffs. These guys run playoffs a little bit different. Eric Wolf to the point.
Eric Wolf jumped to the top.
Pretty good lap. Still a little bit slower, I think, than his best lap.
Yeah, and if you look at your timing screen, the ones with the asterisk P signifies the playoff.
Yeah, so anybody with the P, as David just said, does mean that they are in the playoffs. I actually forgot about that, so thank you for reminding me. Martin Wenzel 9th. Landon Lacey's lap did not count.
I think he may have crashed.
I think so, too.
You know, I want to touch base on the Christopher. I'm just looking right here. You know that he has actually started 19 races, and Eric Wolf and Anthony Burroughs have only started 16.
See,
That's amazing that he's not higher than what he is.
actually, you're right. I'm sitting here looking at it now too, and actually, he's got out of the whole top 12. He's got the
top
most.
of the board.
Wow, that's actually a big jump too, by a tenth over Eric. Wow, or over Wolf. So yeah, out of everybody in the top 13, he's got the most. Wow, he's got the most races out of everybody in the league.
Right, he started just about every race, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow. So yeah, I mean, like I said, you gotta feel for him. I mean, he's only got one win, but he's got 5 top 5s, 8 top 10s. I mean, that's a pretty solid season. I mean, it's not the best by any means by his standards, I'm sure, but I don't know. David, let me get your thoughts on something right now because we kind of already. Well, we'll ask Derek as well. As far as the championship goes, between our top, we'll say top 5 because really, we'll say top 4 because I think Chris may be out of it, honestly. Who out of them, in your mind, has the best chance to go on and win this championship?
Anthony Burroughs. I think he's going to not only pull it off tonight, I think he's going to end up winning the championship.
It's a good pick. Honestly, it is. Derek, your thoughts on it?
I gotta say, with my buddy Eric Wolf, I've chose him, I think, just about every single week, and it's not going to change going into the big week. As a couple of big things that have actually happened during qualifying here. I know it's kind of off topic. Both Ryan Branch and Landon Lacey, both laps had off tracks. Their laps will not count.
Okay. So Anthony Burroughs and Eric Wolf, I'm sitting here looking at it. It's so tough. I do think Anthony's going to win tonight. But the thing that's really struck me, Eric's been really good. So is Anthony on 1.5 miles. So next week kind of feels like an Eric Wolf track. And if it comes down to a tiebreaker, we know that it will go to Anthony, I think, for most wins. Man, I don't know. I don't think there's one person that you can really say. I mean, I think in a way you kind of got to give it to Anthony because the top 5s and top 10s are more in his favor, and it looks like he's going to get another pole tonight. But man, it's tough, and there's a reason why they're first and second right now in points and on track for qualifying. So by any means, it's no surprise. Real fast, guys, want to give a shout out to the sponsors for tonight's race. Everybody knows we've been talking about them for the last few weeks. The Northeast Ohio Ghostbusters out of Northeast Ohio, of course. So what it is, for people that don't know, there is some guys, by the way, before I get off on the subject, that they're not here tonight because of Halloween and personal reasons. I know Zach being one of them. But on the other hand, where was it? I gotta find it. All right, so a little bit about the Northeast Ohio Ghostbusters. If you do not know, we kind of been bringing it up week in and week out. They were founded in 2012. They used their love for the original movie of the Ghostbusters movies, which y'all are going to laugh. I've never really seen the full Ghostbusters movie.
What?
I've only seen like half of it, so I apologize. But it is a good movie from what I've seen. But I don't know. I'm just not really into certain movies like that, I guess. Anyway, they use that movie, and what's cool about it, they bring awareness to different charities in Northeast Ohio. Ronald McDonald House, Autism Speaks, Special Wish of Cleveland, all big group. And right now you can go and you can message them at northeastohiogbs@gmail.com. We'll put the link in the description or in the chat and description. You can message them and you can actually buy a pen for $5.50 and they'll send it to your house, and the money goes to help Make-A-Wish Foundation. I'm sorry, the money goes to help a junior Ghostbuster that died of leukemia. Cameron, I can't remember his last name, I apologize. It is on Daniel Hallis's car, which I don't think he's here tonight. For probably Halloween, I would guess. But yeah, so all the money right now will go and help him, and they also are trying to raise money for a Special Wish family or a Special Wish needs kid that has one final wish or a wish that he or she wants to complete. So yeah, I'll put the stuff in the chat as well. Make sure you check them out. $5.50 goes for a really good cause, and it's a good reason. So It looks like that qualifying is coming to an end here in about 6 seconds. So let's go ahead and pull in our pole sitter, Anthony Burrows, if I can find him. One side, there he is.
Do you want me to?
I got him now. Hey, Anthony, you got me.
Yes, sir.
Well, man, another big pole for you tonight. Now the pressure really on tonight between you and Eric Wolf as well. We know that already. Both tied in points. How do you go about approaching this race knowing you guys are so close and you're starting right beside each other?
I mean, really, I'm just going to try to go out and win this. I'm not really the best at Homestead, so I'm trying to get every little bit out of this race that I can. Eric's going to be tough to beat there, so really, I'm just going to go out and try to win this one and see what happens at Homestead.
Let me ask you a question. What is the toughest part of this race in your mind that you're going to have to deal with?
Managing tires, probably. You're really going to have to take it easy first little bit. So, yeah, the handling's going to change a ton over the course of this race. So, yeah, I think managing the tires will definitely be the toughest thing.
Well, just to let you know, a couple guys in here think you are the one to beat. Derek, on the other hand, thinks Eric's the one to beat, so I had to throw him under the bus by saying that. So,
of course.
man, go out there and see what you can do. It's going to be tough. I'm going to be honest. You're one of the toughest competitors in here, and it would not be surprising to see you pull this off. So, good luck, and we'll all three be down here watching you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, buddy. So that was Anthony Burrows, and I'm gonna be honest, guys. He is the guy to beat tonight, in my honest opinion. David, you spoke about it briefly, and nothing against Eric, but we just heard Anthony say he needs a good finish tonight, and I think when you're put in that type of spot to have a good finish, you're going to try a lot of aggressive things that other guys might not try.
Yeah, and I watched him run a couple of races this afternoon, and just before getting in here, he's been warming up on road courses.
Wow. So that actually could help. I mean, I think anything to get your brakes and stuff really set is big here. Derek, you know that as well. Brakes a big issue here. And we're going to see some brake rotors light up. Let's just be real. We're going to see them light up pretty good.
I tell you, when I drive a car, and it don't matter what it is, I usually hold the brakes down and hold the gas until we get ready to go green. That way I know the brakes are nice and warm.
Yeah.
And I know it's not a real car, but I don't like to hear that
exactly.
squeal.
Yeah. And for a place like this, you never know. See, I do the same thing, especially at, super speedways. I won't even touch the brake rolling off pit road, especially on qualifying. Even at half miles or a quarter mile an hour could help you out at a road at a place like a bigger track, and it may do the same here, so why not try it and see what happens. So the cars are rolling. How many cars we actually got? 18, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's
not
right.
Bad for a road course. I think it's just local cautions only, unless there's a huge wreck.
Yep.
Okay. All right, boys. 50 laps. Going to be a fun one. Real fast. Who's the pick to win it, David?
Anthony Burrows.
Derek?
Wolf.
I'm going to go completely opposite. I'm going to say Mike Springer wins it in the 64. I think
He'll win eventually.
I'll tell you, there's another driver you need to keep your eye on. That's Michael Cosley. He has been out there, and he has been wheeling that car. I watched him in practice, and he can tool that Earnhardt Chevrolet.
And I don't know exactly where other two races he's ran, but I think it was both the road courses. If that's the case, I mean, from what I've seen in practice, he knows how to drive these things. So, yeah, you're very well aware he could wind up winning it. And I think the sleeper pick, you still got to throw in Landon Lacey. It could have a chance. Austin Hicks up there as well. The thing with Landon, though, he's going to have a lot of cars to drive through, and that could cause issues. So it's going to be interesting to see how he does. I mean, man, I'm going to be honest. There's so many guys in here with so much talent. Anybody, honestly, has a decent shot to win here. There's some guys that may not really think so, but you never know here. All right, so here they come.
So it's all going to depend on getting down into turn one and getting up to the backstretch.
This is going to be fun. Turn one's going to be very exciting. Pace car pulling off the track, and we are green flag here for the DRL, Northeast Ohio's Ghostbusters 123. This is Anthony Burrows already. on that inside of 17. We're looking 3 wide. 17 locks it up a little bit. Everybody makes it through, it looks like. Looking back, everybody single file now, trying to get up through the S's. Seen Chris Stouffer had to get in line. He was out a little wide. Him and Blake Griffin both was out a little
James
wide.
Paddoff has already got damage to the back of his car.
Yep, you can see
I
the
think
back.
that they ran it. I think there was a collision on getting out. So
Was it? Who else? Who did you get run into? You know,
I don't know. I just heard it.
He took quite a bit of damage. Shouldn't hurt him too much here. I don't think it may have the car that got nose damage though. With heat issues, and honestly, it looks like Landon Lacey. Yeah, Landon, I think, was one of the guys that possibly got it. Yeah, he's got a little bit of hood damage. So that's what it was that got into the back of it. And honestly, it don't look too bad. I thought it would be a lot worse than what I've seen. Everything right now up front, and honestly, what's going to happen here is Landon looks to the inside of the 46 with Jeffrey Tyler not going to be able to make a pass. Landon coming to pit road. I believe that's actually a black flag, by the way, since Landon did not get to qualify. So he'll have to come down and serve the penalty and be down in the way here in just a moment.
Well, he can definitely get back in this thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he won't go a lap down, and if we do have a major caution, they will be throwing a full-course yellow.
And I wouldn't be surprised, I mean, honestly. But I do think the longer we go, the more it kind of hurts Landon. Because the cars are going to get spaced out, which we all know that happens here quite a bit. Which also makes this race unique, in my opinion, because that's where you really start to see the fastest guys, who's able to keep up with who. We kind of got a 4-car breakaway right now with the top 4 of Anthony Burrows, Michael Causey now, Eric Wolf, and Mike Springer kind of breaking away. Then we got another 3-car behind them. So we got like little groups, I guess you could say, or little packs of groups of cars starting to break away here and there. Go back to Chris Stouffer, look at him as he works off the final turn. Fastest lap that time. Let's see if we can find it. Looks like Michael Causey that time so far.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to stay that way. Yeah, I figured as you go farther back into the field, times are going to really start to be slow.
Yeah.
Actually, Landon didn't really fall too terribly far behind, so I think he will be all right.
Yeah, he was there 21 seconds. I know Ron Branch also had a cover. What happened to Martin Wenzel?
I'll go back and watch it.
Yeah, he lost his entire hood. You can see right there the number 4 playoff contender Martin Wenzel on pit road. Definitely not where he wants to be this early in the race. Which he was having trouble in practice as well. I don't think he was really looking forward to this race. But let me ask y'all, do you like the idea that there is a road course in the playoffs? Or do you wish it was in the chase, like if we had the chase format instead? We may have a pass for the lead, by the way.
I'm all for it.
I like it too. I think
I don't, because that takes me out of the chase.
Well, playoff. Now,
playoff chase,
now
same
next
difference.
year, I don't know if they're going to do it in the Winter Series. I'm not sure. David, you may know since you're broadcast. I'm not 100% sure. I do know that there's going to be a chase next season. And instead of a playoff, they'll have rounds of elimination. From what I was told.
From what I understand in the Winter Series, is the points wins.
Okay. That makes sense then.
But they will be doing 2 fast repairs, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. So
by the way, he just blinked out, I think.
Who did?
Martin.
Okay. So that may have been what happened.
Yep. So 17 did take the lead.
Yeah, Michael Causey, and David mentioned it, it really shouldn't be much of a surprise. Right now, he's got the fastest lap in the race. Now it all just comes down, can he keep hitting his marks time and time again and try to stay out front?
That's the hard part.
15 car. Now, what's going to be interesting is the points are really going to be a little weird if a non-chase guy wins this, or a non-playoff guy. If Anthony or Eric don't win this, it's going to really shake it up. Anthony got loose coming off that turn. Backing came around and saved it. Done a good job there.
Well, you know, with Anthony Burrows and Eric Wolf being right there, it's probably only going to change a point or two.
Yeah, it ain't going to change very much. It's all going to come down, I think, to next week, honestly.
Michael's pulling away.
Yeah, he is by quite a bit. That time he was once again a tenth faster. He looks really fast up through the S's too.
Yeah,
So-
he looked real good during practice.
So, what is it? If you get you get an extra bonus point if you win the race as well, correct? And the most
Yes, sir.
laps.
Most laps. And
Right
you
now,
get bonus
Anthony's
points for finishing the race.
right now Anthony's got the points lead because he led a lap and he's out front of Eric right now, but only by like 2 points, I think.
Right.
That's what I thought. Okay. Eric actually may be under attack from Mike Springer here in just a moment.
Mike's been hanging on there for about 2 or 3 laps now. He hasn't really been able to make a whole lot of advances right there. You can tell Eric starts to pull away just a little bit there. Looks like Eric will be all right for the time being. We'll see if Mike can end up running him back down. Actually, Eric got a good run there.
He did. I'm going to be honest. I think a lot of these guys better be lucky that Mike didn't run the full season, because he would be wanting to be in the playoffs. But he is fast, like week in and week out. He's just as good as these other 2 guys. Just being honest, from what I've seen of him. And it's kind of weird because he kind of reminds me of Kyle Larson from the real NASCAR, because he loves the high line, which a lot of people don't really do. But he's a high line driver, and I like seeing that. So I'm a fan of Mike Springer. I'm not going to lie. Like I try to. I'm not biased usually in any broadcast, but I am a fan of drivers. And Anthony, I'm a fan of. I'm a fan of Eric as well. But Mike Springer really stands out. I think he's got what it takes to be possibly a champion. I know not this year, but possibly Winter Series champion or a next season champion. Wouldn't be surprising at all.
Me either.
Because, I mean, you're going to have fun. I don't know if we got the schedule for the winter broadcast yet, do we?
No, I don't.
I don't think we have it.
The schedule's posted on the website.
Okay, so it is posted. I don't even know when it was. I don't know exactly when it starts. But,
I know we start off with Daytona, and then we go to Iowa.
Okay. So, yeah, that's in the truck series, I think. Is there another?
Yep.
There's something else running, too. I can't remember. Is it a cup car as well?
Pro, I think. Is the Pro Series going to be running?
It's 10 races, and it looks like Daytona, Iowa at night, Charlotte at night, Rockingham, Atlanta, Talladega, Kentucky at night, Texas, Chicago, and Homeland.
And which series
I hear
is that?
4 wins.
That is the truck series?
Winter Series.
Okay.
Yes, trucks.
Okay. That's what I thought it was.
I hear
too.
4 wins in that. Out of all those trucks, I hear 4.
I don't know what you're talking about. Watching a... Well, I thought we was going to have a good battle right there, but I thought Anthony actually...
Pretty much the closest battle we got is for second.
Second, third, and fourth.
Oh!
Yeah.
Eric looked like he may have got hit a little bit. I don't think he actually did, but he's getting loose.
Well, I don't know if you noticed Anthony, but Eric's going to give up third spot right now. Mike Springer going down into 1 possibly, unless he tries to dial it back to the inside, which looks like he's going to do.
It's actually Eric's going to come back and force Mike up.
That was a good pass right there by Eric. But, yeah, I've noticed Anthony also, I know he's pulling out right now. Anthony ran a little wide a few laps ago. I don't know if you guys seen it, but he actually got into the grass up out the S's and was actually, both tires was in the grass pretty good, and that can be very dangerous, especially if you turn the wheel too sharp. You'll go around pretty quick, especially here. So we're coming to 9 laps in. The top 5, Michael Causey, Anthony Burrows, Eric Wolf, Mike Springer, Christopher. I'm looking to see if there's any really close battles. Right at the moment, there's really not what I'm seeing.
It feels pretty much, spread out.
Yeah, everybody's starting to spread out with the exception of 3rd and 4th of Eric Wolf and Mike Springer. All right, so what we'll do, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back right after this from the Dynasty Racing League. DRL Northeast Ohio's Ghostbusters, Watkins, Glen 123. Be right back in just a moment. Welcome back to DRL, Northeast Ohio's Ghostbusters, Watkins, Glen, 123. Happy Halloween to everybody out there. Starting to notice one thing on the track we was just speaking about under break. Leaders are going to be encountering lap traffic here within, I'm going to be honest, probably this lap or next. You can see the leaders behind
Probably
this group of
next.
guys.
More than likely, it'll be the next lap.
Who is this? James Pandolf, I think. And John Mullins, I believe.
Yes, I think that's right.
They're getting ready to work lap traffic too.
Yeah, let me ask you a question. How aggressive are you going to be in near lap traffic right now? How would you go about approaching it?
I'd go real easy with eggshells right now to hang on to them points.
Yeah, I agree with that. Derek?
Honestly, this would be the only time I'll say this. Stay calm.
That's different.
Yeah.
You say that.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird hearing me say that.
But there we go. They has caught him.
I would not have done what the 17 would have done there.
He's
But
working through it. Nice. I mean, you got to give him that.
83 did not give up the bottom lane, which he doesn't have to.
Yeah.
But
you
that
don't have
actually
to.
really helped out the 15.
It actually helped out the 84 and the 64 as well, because these guys pretty much all nose to tail now. What is it? Less than a second separate the top four.
Yeah,
That's
really
impressive for 12 laps in.
Yeah, that really hurt the 17 now because now that 15's right back on him.
You can see right there, the 17 is going to go wide to try to defend the inside or break what draft there is. I don't know how much draft. Do you get any draft? Probably do up to the S's.
Yeah, and I wouldn't try to break the draft through the S's because you're already...
Yeah, you're definitely not
On the
going to
edge.
try it there.
No. Right now, the 15's all over the back ones. They are going to be catching another lap car. That would be Ryan Branch just in front of these guys. They're probably catching him about the carousel again.
Hey,
Anthony
Jordan.
looks to the inside.
Jordan, of course, not racing. Daniel Hallis not racing as well. I'm glad y'all are at least living. But thanks for coming into the broadcast. It means a lot, as always.
They are working around the lap car of the 23 here. This could mess up somebody's entrance here to get off into this turn
Oh,
here.
it's going to be bad.
Oh, I thought I saw Eric get a little bit loose, but everyone's fine. Everyone keeps going here. Still, Anthony Burrows right there on the back of the Michael Causey. Is that how you say it?
Yep.
17 about met the wall, personally.
Yeah, y'all seen that too.
Yep.
He's using all the track, that's for
Yes.
sure.
And then that's where the tires, you know, when we talked about the tires, what would you take? I think you're kind of seeing it right there. It's weird too because it kind of seems like the car's loose in certain parts of the track, but in other parts of the track it seems like it's really tight. And like up to the S, it kind of seems like it's a little tight going in.
Can I have their car? Because I'm always loose going through there.
Really? See, I'm opposite. I always feel like I'm too tight.
Here, next time we go to Watkins, then we'll switch cars.
I'll be more than happy. As long as it's not a Ferrari because I like my car. It's about the only car I do like driving here. Although, I will say the Indy car, if y'all haven't never drove the Indy car here, it's a blast. Like it
I
really
love all the Indy cars here,
They're
and
fun.
actually the Mazda 5s.
That's a fun car to drive here. Not bad at all. I have trouble driving these cars, period. Like the Cup cars, I struggle with. That's just me personally. Because there's so much, you know, the downforce, there's so little downforce because they took out the spoiler and stuff, which rightfully so. And the power that these cars have is absolutely insane. I mean, I give every guy, David, I can throw you in this mix as well because you normally race with these guys week in and week out. But I give you guys credit because I can't drive them. I'm just honest. I'm a truck guy. I love trucks. That's my favorite car to drive on the entire sim. But,
Same.
man, you guys driving these things, sometimes, like, it's impressive. I mean, to see them, we've seen cars, like some of the races this season, we've seen cars go 4 wide this season. It's absolutely ridiculous.
But you know, that's why I'm sitting in the booth tonight, right?
He's like, I've had it. I'm done.
No, I wasn't even going to attempt it. I mean, I just can't get around this track in these cars. You give me any other car, I can drive it just fine. But I tried 3 laps, and well, I ain't going to do it.
It's just too rough. I don't blame you, though.
Someone else is on pit road now. Clay Phillips is
Yeah,
on
the
pit
one
road.
car.
Looks like he could be done for the night.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of damage. Yeah, he tore. I bet he blew up. I don't know what exactly happened. Um, Looks like he may have blew up, or he hit something really hard. Across the start finish line, it's pretty much the same top four. We got two playoff guys in the top four right now. Anthony Burrows and Eric Wolf being your first and second in points. Then from fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth, all playoff guys: Christopher, Austin Hicks, Blake Griffin, and Aaron James. And honestly, we're sitting there thinking about, the top two guys. But I'm gonna be honest. Some of these guys still want to finish better in points than where they are. Austin Hicks only has a 1-point lead over Blake Griffin, and Blake wants to be third in points. He may not have a chance to win the championship. I mean, honestly, he may not. But personally, I still want to be considered part of the top three that had a chance.
I want a podium finish if I can get it.
Exactly. So that's a pretty big race right now between Austin and Blake, who's sixth and seventh as well. We can go back to them and you can see these two guys. We've been kind of focused on the leaders, but there is another race, also 4 points in this race. And Austin right now working on the back of 23 of Ryan Branch, and you can see Blake Griffith back here going through the carousel as well. I see smoke. The 74 James Pandolph went around. Let's get a replay of that. Here we go. James coming out of the bus stop, and looks like he got wheel spin or wheel hopped going into the carousel and just looped it around. And he did a good job not to hit anything. So yeah,
17's got some damage.
Really? He does.
It looked like it.
It looks like he does. See if I can. I don't know. Is that damage?
I can't tell. I think it's on the driver's side.
No, you're high. I mean, sorry. No, but there is some damage on the passenger side. He's actually has scraped something because you can see the paint.
All right, so I had the wrong side.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You can see the paint. Yeah. Yeah, there's some scrapes on the right side. I don't know what he hit, but he definitely hit something. I wonder if that was from some of the lap cars maybe rubbed them a little bit. I mean, where would you hit the wall?
I'm sorry, if you hit the wall here, you're talented.
Where are you hitting the wall out on the right side of the car on the track that you can really think of?
I don't think you can.
Besides the carousel.
I'm being straight up. I don't think you can.
Yeah, I don't think there's anywhere to really hit the right side of the car on the wall besides, especially being how fast he's going. Unless he hit up maybe possibly right here going up into the S, but that's still pretty far out. He still have to get the grass.
And the thing is, if he hit that wall, he would not be in the lead.
Yeah. I mean, he scraped something. I don't know. That's weird.
It looks good on my screen.
I just see it's very small. I mean, you can barely see it. I'm definitely seeing the scrapes. It's rubbed. I mean, I ain't gonna say he got damage or anything. He just scraped a little bit. I just don't know where he could possibly hit anything. Heck, and maybe my trading paint's acting funny too.
No, because I see it too.
It's weird. Let me ask y'all a question. Pit stop's gonna be happening probably here soon. Do you pit as soon as the pit window opens? Do you want to wait?
Pit as soon as it opens, go the rest of the way.
I want my calculations already up, and that way I know exactly how much fuel I need to go to the end for green and be done with it.
See, I like the idea of waiting till the last second. We do got one car exiting pit road.
I'm sorry, I failed my job on that. I was supposed to be looking at that.
I think it was Landon. No, not Landon Lacey.
No.
John Mullins in the 83. Exiting pit road. And he's running a cool looking car, by the way. Kickstart Mountain Dew.
Well, the problem I have with pitting as far out into the run is you're losing so much time to the ones that have already pitted.
True. Yeah, because the guys with fresh tires and stuff like that. That is true, too.
And you need tires here.
Yeah, I mean, you can see, we heard Anthony talk about earlier, tires are going to be super important.
My thing is, we will see guys come in on lap 25.
You think 25? See, I think it should be around 25 too, because that's halfway.
Yeah, exactly. If they can make it to halfway.
Looking at the lap times, though, the lap times really haven't fallen off a ton. I mean, compared to their best lap compared to what they're running now. I mean, Michael Causey, he's crossing the start-finish line now. Let's see what he runs now. He ran a 111.
Burrows was faster.
He was by about what, 2 tenths?
3
Right
tenths.
at 3 tenths, a little under 3 tenths. I mean, Burrows last time was only a little over a second off his fastest lap. That's not horribly slow, considering we've been running 20 laps now. And, you know, and of course it is going to get a little bit slower, we know. But Mike Springer pulling out of line. He's looking to the inside of Eric Wolf for third place.
17 is up there breaking the draft, and I'm sorry, that is not a smart move. I'm sorry. Like, I'm usually all about that kind of stuff, but here,
See, I would personally,
you don't want to do that.
I would say I agree. But you know what? His I rating's higher than mine in road. I ain't going to question it.
Well,
What do I
let me
know?
take a gander at. Oh, yep. Nope.
What do I know? I mean,
His is about 1,300 higher than mine, so I'll let
mine's
you.
horrible. I can't say that either.
I was about to say, yeah, take his and take away 1,300, then you're looking at mine.
Yeah, I got about 800.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm at as well.
But yours is higher than mine by double.
Oh my gosh. That's so bad, Derek.
I don't do
I
road.
think
leave me
I'm
alone.
800 as well. I think I'm like 8 or 9 as well.
Well, I do have a
I'm
B
not-
license. Does that count?
Yeah.
I see. I got an A
do
license
have
in the
that.
road, but
I got
only
that
because
too.
I got an A license in the road because I ran Lamar and did good. Didn't wreck the car. Finished top 5 in it. I went from like B 1 point something to an A 499. So
Adam
go run
was so
endurance
scared
races.
he wasn't going to get to run them all.
I
Like,
just hopped
he
in it.
thought he was good. He thought he wasn't going to be in it, and then he gets done. He's at like 4.99.
Yeah, I was like, whatever. So the lead's starting to heat up once again, which we've seen last time. Anthony Burrows was faster as well. So
He's
not much of
yeah,
a
he's
surprise.
been significantly fast. Actually, Burrows.
He's looking for the lead,
And Mike got loose.
and it opened up the door.
It looks like he got some blinking
Whoa,
problems.
whoa. Okay, now it's glitching for me
See.
because now it says that his last. Oh,
4
wait, never mind. I'm
seconds.
stupid.
It showed his last lap was
Yeah.
4 seconds for me for some reason too. I think
By
where
the
he
way,
blinked.
everybody picked up a little bit of time on their fastest lap
Yeah, you're
I think. Is that
I
right?
think so.
because I didn't think Anthony Burrows was that close.
He may actually just win. Well, I don't know. It looks like he has picked it up. But yeah, we do got the 17 blinking a little bit. Hopefully that goes away. Because right now he's been out front for 19
I think
laps
that's
now?
right.
Yeah, 19 laps
Does
now.
it say that on here?
Yeah, I got it on my overlays. 19 laps. He's been out front. Started back in third, doing a good job. Let's look back through the field a little bit while these guys are racing up towards there. Aaron James in 8th. He's trying to run down Blake Griffith, who's up in front of him. Actually, that's Ryan Branch. Here's Blake. Landon Lacey's recovered pretty nice. A little interesting battle here because Landon and James got together on the start, and James is right behind Landon right now. So that's interesting. But Landon back up to 9th after having that pit stop black flag. So he's done a good job so far. And I'm
Oh, 17's off the
17's off the
track.
track.
and he get the wall.
No, he hanging on to it.
He comes pit
I'm going to
road.
say this. Oh, yeah, he's actually coming to pit road. And I'm doing this to mock someone. Major chase implications with that right there.
Wow.
Not him. He's a ringer.
Let's see who else. Let me look at Michael Colty and see what happened. Oh, he just went too wide, didn't he?
You know what that was, don't you?
What do you think it was?
That was I messed up, so I'm gonna hit pit road early.
That's exactly. Nobody seen me.
But
Nobody
my
but the
thing is,
broadcast.
of course, we don't know about fuel. We don't know about fuel, so I don't know if he can make it or not.
I think
He
he can
should.
make it. Yeah, I think he can make it. We're estimating 30 laps, is what we're thinking.
Yeah, he can
honestly,
make it
so,
30 laps
yeah,
easy.
so he should be able to make it. So he did have a pretty good stop. Landon Lacey on pit road as well. But Michael 14.2 second stop, and we did mention Landon on pit road. And battle for the lead. Eric Wolf took a peek, not going to happen. We do got a lap car here. The 46, Jeffrey Tyre in 11th. He does got a little bit of damage as well.
This
looks
could
like
be
he's
huge
gonna
here,
pull
getting
over.
off into one if they don't clear him in time.
The best news he's got going for him right now is nobody else of the leaders have come to pit road.
Exactly.
He's got
Yeah,
them
'cause
fresher tires
that
because
lap is
it'll
gonna
be a pickup
yeah.
time.
Yeah, he'll pick up quite a bit. Fast, too.
Yeah.
The 17 is he's coming through the last 2 turns now compared to the leaders. He actually looks like he had a very good stop here.
Yeah, 14.2. He only spent 37. The
I guess
fastest stop,
12.8.
though. The fastest stop, was it 12.8?
Yeah, it's 12.8.
Was it? Good Lord. Landon Lacey had a
just
great
read
stop,
numbers.
by the way. What do you got for Landon Lacey stop?
13.6.
Okay, I got that too. Okay. So Landon had a really good stop though.
Yeah. That's a 12 point. How do you have a 12.8 second stop?
Easy.
Yeah.
Stop straight in your pits.
I hope your crew's good. I'm interested whenever they add the pit crews here. Like whenever they add the actual pit crew, how is all that going to work if you miss your pit box? Very anxious to see when they add the pit crew to iRacing.
Well, I know I've actually hit a 12.5 on a pit stop, but you got to be perfect.
Somebody else.
Yeah, okay, you see here, I'm not the greatest of drivers. 64 on pit road, Springer on pit road. I'm not the greatest at driving, so me hitting a perfect pit stop ain't gonna happen.
Probably not going to happen. I think my fastest pit stop ever is like a 12.5 or something.
Hey, I mean, I've done good on pit road. Like, I think it was a couple races that on this broadcast. I've jumped like 20 spots on pit road before.
Yeah, you can, especially like in bigger races when there's a ton of people.
Mm-hmm.
I've jumped 20 spots on pit road too. Unfortunately, I got a black flag for speeding down pit road.
You just went right through it, didn't you?
Sure did, wide open.
Hey, if you're not first, you're last.
That's funny.
By the way, I just want to say, 15 stepped out a little bit. Burrows coming to pit road this time.
Okay, something we're watching for. I wonder if Eric's going to follow him as well. Eric may stay out here and lead a lap.
I just hate how the 84 and the 15 look so similar. It messes with my brain.
Yeah, they've been messing with mine last, and Eric will stay out and lead one lap. I think that's a smart call for him, honestly. You get that one bonus point.
Well, now
he needs it.
Yeah, he does.
Wolf can go the rest of the. He can now. Whenever he comes down, he's pretty much going to be just as fast right there at the end of the race.
Yeah, he will. And honestly, he may lose a little bit of time on Anthony, but I mean, a lap. I don't know how much of a difference that's really going to make. I'm really going to be anxious to see where Michael Causey shakes up in all this.
Michael Causey right now, he's already about to pass
Anthony.
Yep. He just now passed Anthony. Anthony still on pit road, 14.2 second stop.
Yeah, you're right. He's actually going to take a big lead, I think.
Springer had a 14.4.
Yeah, I think when it all shakes out, he's definitely going to be back in the lead.
It depends on how quick Eric Wolf takes this pit stop. Eric needs to get down pit road as quickly as possible here.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think there's any way. He's gave up so much time on him. He's gave up 2 seconds each lap so far to Michael right now. So I do expect him to lose the lead for sure. Eric should be coming this time. No,
he stays out.
I think I don't like that call, man. I think you got to come now. I think
he's hoping for trouble, but he ain't gonna find it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we haven't really seen a lot happen.
Right there, he locked him up. He almost put himself in trouble.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of staying out. I mean, everybody else right now, including Anthony, that's really who you're racing, let's be honest. You're not racing anybody else. You're really racing Anthony into 15. You're giving up a lot of time right now to what Anthony's running.
He's pitting this time.
Well, if you're racing anybody on this track, you're losing. You need to race the track.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the thing. And if they don't race the track and they keep worrying about the guy in front of them or the guy behind them, they're just going to make mistakes.
Let me ask you a question. Let's go off that a little bit. Do you think it keeps popping in his mind that there's a championship on the line? Did Eric
84 just blinked out.
For Michael?
No, for Eric or Anthony. Is Eric still blinked out for everybody else?
And I'm sure Anthony is sitting there thinking, man, I need to get back in this thing. And Eric, he's like, well, I got the lead. I'm going to drive it as far as I can.
Man, that's a lot of pressure. I'm watching the 84. He's still blinked out.
1,500. It's dropping. Nope.
He's back in now.
1941.
Okay, I think
he just got passed by Michael.
15.6. Here comes Michael now. Wolf just now getting into his pit box.
Michael's definitely going to pass you by a lot. And I honestly...
Stouffer takes the lead.
Yes, Chris hasn't been on pit road yet. He's still got 28 laps on his tires. So there's what your lead's going to be from Michael to Anthony. That's a pretty big gap, man, honestly. I'd say, what, 5 second? Well, 4 is... Well, 2
Pretty
seconds,
much. But my thing is, though, whenever we get down late to the race, though, I honestly do not think that, that's where the 17 is going to be hurting, because he's going to be used. His tires are going to be used up.
Possibly.
And
The thing that makes you wonder is, right now, I mean, that's a good possibility. The thing that really makes you wonder, is there a chance that Anthony could burn his tires off trying to catch the 17? Because he's got pressure behind him. Mike Springer's right behind him.
by the way, the 84 actually did okay. He actually had one of the fastest pit lanes, and also he had an okay stop. He's blinking again, so
I really hope his blink goes away, though, because that would be a horrible way.
As I have said before, major chase implications.
Could be. You just never know. All right. We'll do what? Sorry.
Nothing.
All right, so we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back, and we'll get ready to wrap this thing up. We are 29 laps in. Right now, your leader, Michael Causey, leading 20 laps. All right, I'm sorry. Yeah, he just took the lead. So we'll be right back right after this. And welcome back to DRL, Northeast Ohio Ghostbusters 123. Breaking news just happened a few moments ago. One of our chase contenders, Austin Hakes, done And unfortunately, honestly, and I hate saying that because regular season champion not going to be able to win a championship this season, has wrecked the car coming up through the S's, and as the 83 wrecked the car and 28 had nowhere to go, and unfortunately, that is the cause of Austin's chase or playoff hopes, and that's disappointing, man. I'm not going to lie. Um, I don't know any way to shake that one off. I mean, he was only, I think, 22 points behind.
Yeah, I feel real bad for him because the 83 was just stuck right where he needed to be, and he just caught the rear end of him. He couldn't avoid it.
That's horrible. And we kind of mentioned, I mentioned that the S's are a dangerous place, and that's why it's dangerous. It is very narrow. I'm glad somebody told me. I had no idea I had live from Auto Club. I actually changed it. I must have forgot to save it. Anyway, sorry.
There's going to be a few cars that need an Auto Club after this race.
You're right. We were sitting there talking under break, me, you, and for people that don't know, in the booth with me tonight, Derek Pemberton, David Wellborn, and David will be broadcasting the winter series for DRL. The truck series, so looking forward to having him. So he's in here getting some experience, learning a little bit as we do it and stuff like that. So both of them guys broadcast with me tonight, and we was talking under the break that it's going to be tough for Anthony to catch Michael Causey. And right now, honestly, you guys may agree. David, I want to get your thoughts on it. The move of the race, honestly, at this point in time, I think it has to be Michael coming to pit road when he did.
Yeah, he lost it, and he said, "Heck with it, I'm coming to pit road," and that was the thing he needed to do.
Yeah, I give
it already slowed down too much.
Yeah, I give him credit. I mean, and
can I argue that point?
You can argue it.
I believe though that the 17 pitted too early. I believe the move of the race was the 15 not getting scared by the 17 because as you can tell right now, Anthony is running him down.
He's slowly starting to catch him.
Yeah, and that's just it. Like I was telling y'all earlier. By the time we get to the end of the race, the 17 tires are going to be gone.
See,
compared to.
Let me ask you this: you're saying this, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you make a good point because I'm going to argue back with you though because I like making drama.
Mm-hmm.
You know that.
Yep.
And there is a chance Anthony may catch him. But 4.4 seconds on a road course is a lot. Now, I will say, though, it's a little bit easier to make up on a road course than it is an oval with 4 seconds. It really is. Because, one mistake by Michael, like he may have made earlier, and Anthony's right back up there. But the thing that still scared me the most right now is Mike Springer. I still think he's got something for Anthony. I still personally think he's faster than Anthony. I do. But, of course, catching somebody and passing them, a whole different game.
That's what I was getting ready to say. You can catch me all day long. Let's see if you can get around me.
Because, I mean,
and do remember, and like we were saying earlier, Anthony right now, he wants to have as big as a point jump as he can on Eric because he feels like he's struggled a lot at Homestead.
Right now, it's still a 2-point difference.
But my thing is, wouldn't a win be a lot better?
Is it a 2-point? No, it's still a 1-point difference. I'm sorry, still a 1 because Eric did lead a lap.
But there's one car in between them, though.
Right. So, a little bit more than that. It's probably like 5 points.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's like 4 or 5. So
my thing is, a win, Anthony wants his win worse than anything.
Yeah, because he's not good at Homestead.
Exactly. So my thing is, 15's got to get physical with the 17.
Yeah, I think if he catches him, I think you got to race him aggressive. Like, honestly, I think you have to. I mean, you're going for a championship.
And you're the points champion. I mean, you need to get there. If you can get to the back end, turning.
Yeah, I agree. You do whatever you need to win.
But I would.
Yeah, you got to do whatever you got to do to win. I mean, put the bumper to him. Don't be afraid.
Oh, I wouldn't do it on purpose, but I'd accidentally on purpose do it.
I'd accidentally purposely hit him. I like that.
Just don't break one corner. You say that you're using him as a brake.
Now, the thing is, and I know y'all are sitting there saying that, but I don't think we're going to see that happen. There's one reason why I don't think we're going to see that happen. If you guys scroll up into the Discord,
they're
both in the same room. So there may be teammate thing there.
I don't care.
I'm not sure.
But I'd say, though, I'm just saying, I'm going to throw this in here. Didn't Kyle Busch almost wreck Denny Hamlin? Didn't Mark Truex Jr. almost wreck Kyle Busch? teammates, who need? I mean, honestly, at this point, who cares about teammates?
Thank you, Danny. Stupid.
Earnhardt's wrecked his own son. What are you talking about?
That is true.
That
is a very true statement.
You wreck family, you know you done something right. But we're sitting there saying it. And we got a prediction, by the way, that come in. Joe Richette says Anthony will catch him, but he will not be able to pass him. So we'll see. I'm gonna be honest.
A full second off.
I think Anthony's in trouble because I think Anthony's going to get passed by Mike Springer. I
think Mike's just sitting back hanging.
I do too. And last time by, Mike's the fastest on track right now. So
yeah,
we'll see. I mean, I
don't think he's going to push his car. I just think that Mike Springer is going to drive the wheels off of it with 5 to go.
Yep, I agree. There's no point for him pushing right now. I mean, they ain't caught the leader, so they're catching him slowly. Yeah. So okay, let me break this down a little bit. Looking at the lap times, last time by it was a 10th faster for Anthony Burrows, but Mike Springer 3/10 faster than Michael and 1/10 or 2/10 faster than Anthony.
But the thing is, though, that could be helping Anthony because of
it. I agree. It's definitely got to be helping.
Well, they're drafting.
Yeah, and he's getting pushed, a lot harder by Mike Springer to make him even faster. So I agree. It's definitely helping him, I think.
I hate to break it to you, but he's now 2 seconds up on him.
He's going to catch him, I think. I think Derek may be right. He's going to catch him, but like I said, will he be able to pass him? And is Michael backing off a little bit to save some tires too? That could be.
That's a possibility.
Yeah. Michael's getting ready to pass lap car James Pandolf. Pandolf's going to let him go really easy. So that's smart by James, which not surprised. James is a good guy and races everybody pretty much clean.
But now that you said that, with him having that 5-second lead, he's probably just sitting back like, well, I don't need to push the car this hard. I'm leading.
There ain't no point for you burning your tires up for no reason. I mean, especially if there is a chance that you already know Anthony's a little bit faster, just go ahead and back off and save some tire and then start pushing hard when he does catch you. I mean, I don't think it'll hurt you whatsoever to do that.
So these lap cars is going to be a question. See, Pandolf, he just missed the whole chicane.
It's funny you say that. The last 2 races, it has been a lap car that's caused the outcome of the race. If you remember,
that's why I'm not here.
Bristol was big. And then the race after Bristol, I can't remember what it was off the top of my head. I think it was Auto Club last week. There was another lap car incident with the leaders. So, and honestly, all this kind of goes back to Bristol. Eric Wolf had the race won, but a lap car got in the way, and Eric wound up finishing 3rd.
So that's my thing with the Cup Series is I'm not really in contention, so I don't.
I agree, yeah.
And I come in the middle of the season, so there's no sense in me getting out there and being in the way during the chase.
I definitely understand that for sure.
If I was in the chase, it'd be different.
Especially on a track that you're not comfortable with or something like that, or you're not good at. I mean, there's not really no point. You don't think if you know for a fact you ain't got a chance of winning on a road course, there's no point, honestly. My personal opinion, unless you're a full-time driver, and now if you came in halfway through the season, this kind of goes for that. But unless you're a full-time driver, you really shouldn't race. I mean, but you never know. I mean, there's always a chance. I understand why all the playoff guys are racing, of course. But if you know for sure that you might not have a chance, I don't know if I would be willing to put myself out there and possibly win somebody's race.
That was my thing is, what if I actually got up in the top 3? Because I can actually drive Watkins Glen. I love the track. Yeah. It's just that it's hard for me to get around it with these cars.
Right there's an issue with the lap car right here in front of the leader now. He just got the wall in front of the leader.
And if I was to hit the wall in front of the leaders and take them out, I'd feel so bad, especially if there were points.
Exactly.
Thing is, though, I wouldn't.
Of course you wouldn't.
Honestly, though, I don't have emotions like that.
No, because you're a heartless soul.
Exactly. That's just it, though. I mean, my thing is it's just another car out on the track. I let the other stuff just handle itself. My thing is if I wreck you out of a race and that was your chance to clinch the championship, should have clinched it a week before. Not my problem.
So bad, man. That is so bad to say. Let's see right there.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to go purposely out and go wreck the points leader, but if I wreck and he gets involved in my wreck, should have missed the wreck.
See, I kind of understand that point. I do. I understand that.
I mean, that's kind of what. It's not like I'm going out there to like sniff him out,
Right.
race him that much harder.
See,
So you're saying that there's a brake pedal in that car? Use it.
yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
See,
Don't think you're Mr. Invincible
and I'm not
and
throwing
go.
anybody under the bus when I say this, I hope. But a few weeks ago at Bristol, I forgot who it was, the guy bounced off the wall, and Eric got into the back of him hard, and it costed Eric the race after leading like 159 laps or something. I mean, it was ridiculous. And
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Eating.
There
I
was.
like, what is that noise?
I was trying to make it as quiet as possible, but I didn't know what Mike
What
was
are you
picking it up.
opening? Are you opening
It's
chips?
Halloween candy.
I'm opening up more candy that I stole from a 6-year-old.
Man,
Thief.
you're a sad little man. Gosh, you're a sad little man. Ooh,
Yeah, Red
man.
and can steal candy from a
Yeah,
kid.
Hey,
Red
I
the
was
police leader.
dressed up too. I was in my costume. Leave me alone. So it
Did you
couldn't
have a
ID.
bag?
Let me
Yes.
ask you a question. You
Mm-hmm.
say you was in your costume.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind, I can't say that. That's so mean.
Yes, you can.
Oh gosh, no, no. I can't. Is it the one you
Blue
was
line
born in?
down, 9 laps to go,
Wait,
gentlemen.
which one?
Is it the one that you was brought into the earth in?
Oh,
No.
Lord. This bathing suit.
No. I was dressed up as a blind referee, and my dog was also dressed up as a was dressed up as a referee, and I
That's
had
actually pretty
sunglasses on
good.
with the little blind guy stick.
It's actually pretty good. I'm
Oh,
not gonna lie. Oh my gosh.
I've heard it now.
So, David, I don't know if you know, but Derek does referee in real life for football games. And
Oh.
I keep telling him that what I want to do is bet on these football games, and he'll throw the game.
All right.
He won't do it, but I'm trying to talk him into it. So, all right, let's break it down a little bit. It's going to come down to the last lap, possible last lap. But the gap, honestly, has not really grown or shrunk a ton. Now, last time by 2/10, I'm sorry, 2/10 ain't going to win you this race. Not with
It's
8
been
laps.
holding steady around 2.2, 2.3.
Right now, it's Michael's race to lose. We know that.
Yeah, definitely.
But speaking of that, we can sit there and keep saying that. But Anthony's still going to gain an advantage because Eric's back and forth.
And he's going to come out with a points
Yeah.
lead, that's for sure.
And I got to give a
there's
shout
no
out.
way around that.
I got to give a shout out to Landon Lacey right now. We're watching him on track. He's up to 6th place, man. That's big. I mean, he had to start 16th. He had the black flag. They're coming down pit road. And he's up to 16th place. Or 6th
But
place.
he's about to get lapped too, by the way.
He is about to get lapped. But you still got to give it to him. I mean, Christopher, I don't know. You just got to kind of give it to Landon, though, for at least battling and not giving up. Because I'll be honest, if I got black flagged, I'm leaving. Like on a road course, I'm done.
Yeah,
I'll
me
be
too.
like, bye.
Eric is almost 7 seconds back behind the leader.
Yeah.
And you got the Springer and the Burrows gentlemen sitting there. They're nose to tail. So, I mean, there is a little bit more of a gap between Springer and Burrows. I just don't know how that's going to play out.
All right, so the lap times that they're running for Joe that asked in the chat. Right now, the lap time for Michael Causey, I'll let you know right here once he crosses the line this time. I'll let you know exactly his lap time. He just crossed the start-finish line. He ran a 1:11.093. Anthony Burrows, a 1:11.027. See, there's no way you're going to be able to pass with them kind of lap times.
Springer ran a 1:10.851.
Like, Springer's the fastest right now.
Yep.
Like, hands down. I'm sorry. Springer's the fastest on track right now. Eric Wolf ran a good lap. 1:10.896. That's not a bad lap. But I still don't see them being able to catch up to the leader. I mean, they're, 6 seconds behind? Well, 3 seconds behind is Mike Springer to the leader.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't
Eric's
see him.
got it down to 2.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, that's tough, man. I don't know if you're going to be able to really catch up, to Michael, honestly. Not with the lap times he's running. And with only, now coming to 6 laps to go, it's going to be tough.
Well, the race is Eric Wolf. He needs to get up there and get around Mike Springer to stay.
Bad.
Yeah, real bad.
And you're seeing Landon now. Landon and Anthony somewhat, they've worked with each other quite a bit. Well, you could see honestly, we could see Landon run Michael hard. He may not. He may just pull over and let him go, and because he don't want to be any kind of chase buffer, I guess you could say. But
you don't want to be the Derek.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to be the Derek, and that's what we're going to start calling it from now on. Yep. Don't pull the Derek. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see what Landon's going to do here, being a lap car. And I mean, when they're saying Landon's a lap car, by the way, Landon's actually was faster last time by than the leader.
By the way, just to let you know, this was actually the lap that the 17 wrecked or got.
You're right.
Lost it under braking. Was right there, prime example, right there. He's on lap 22 of this stint, and that is exactly the lap that he came down pit road. So right now, this is new territory. He hasn't driven a car on this older tires before, so this will be interesting.
And Anthony has went out a lap longer, so he's kind of got an idea of what the car's definitely feeling.
Two more, actually.
Yeah. I'm anxious to see the lap times at the line again because Eric's still really fast. And they have closed in a little bit. But 5 laps to go, I don't think they'll be able to get there in time.
Pretty much it's between Anthony and Michael.
Yeah. That time by Anthony was 2/10 faster.
2/10 faster.
The fastest car on track for that time was Eric Wolf with a 10.968. So right here's an interesting spot, though, for Landon. Right here's a bad spot for Michael to catch Landon, though. Like, it's not a good spot.
He'll get the draft going down the straightaway here.
Yeah, I think Landon will probably let him go. No, Michael might wait until after.
No, he's going to, let's see.
Oh, he got some of the grass. Oh, man, I thought he was going to go around.
You got to be careful. He could have got a stopping. Could have got a penalty there. I don't think he did. But I'll tell you what, look at that gap now.
It's closing. It's going to come down to the last couple laps. This is going to be a great finish.
Yes,
Will I finally see my bump and run?
Not going to see it. Not going to see it.
David, don't mess with me. I'll give you that award again if you continue to mess with me.
All right, I hate that modified award.
By the way, we will be giving that out this evening.
Yeah.
The only reason I say you won't see it is Anthony's just too much of a clean driver.
I agree.
Okay, you're trying to tell me you're this close to winning a championship, you wouldn't move someone that could keep from
I don't think he'll move him. I don't think he'll move him because I think they're teammates. But I'm going to be honest, there is a chance Michael could put the bumper to Landon.
Yeah, and if he spins Landon and Eric gets caught up in it, that'll be bad.
Yeah. So I think Landon's going to let him go.
Daddy on my party here.
I do think Landon's going to let him go.
He's all in the grass.
So
y'all are just over here trying to damper on my parties. What y'all trying to do?
And they better watch out behind him because Mike Springer is going to. He's going to catch him. He's not far back.
5 tenths, 4 tenths.
There.
This is going to be good.
3 laps of inside of a second, actually inside of half a second. This is going to get interesting.
That's a little wiggle right there from Mike.
This is the longest the 17's been. He's coming to 25 laps on this set of tires, so he's definitely in no man's land as to know what's to go on with his tires. The only person that's ran this long or longer will go to Eric Wolf. He's the only one that's ran longer than this, so Eric Wolf may have the advantage here, I would think, possibly in lap times. I just don't think there's enough laps.
Actually, Mike Springer's 23 on his stint. Eric's 20.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that's right. So, yeah, Mike Springer is the one that timed it out perfect, I do believe.
Right now, Mike Springer may be the one to watch. I'm just saying, he's closing in fast. He closed in a second lap that last lap.
Well, the thing is, 17's having to back off because he's trying not to run into the 35, I believe. Yeah. But I don't know.
There it goes. Here's the pass.
Oh, that was close.
Oh, he shut the door on him.
Yep, this is going to be interesting, man. I mean, honestly, Lenna's not doing nothing wrong. He's fighting to stay on the lead lap.
The thing is, though, I don't think you can't blame Landon for nothing. The 17 just can't get to the 35.
He hasn't been close enough to get to him. I agree, too. I really do.
Honestly, though, this is only opening the door for the 64, as actually that 15 trying to find a way to get around him. Honestly, though, that corner that they're in right now will be the corner that I think the 15 get. If the 15 does get the 17 the bumper, it'll be that one.
Not only that, though, Landon could be the friend of Michael here as well. And there's another lap car. Ryan Branch right in front of these guys. I mean,
Ryan Branch could just ruin everything for everybody here.
He really could. I mean, you just never
He could ruin Landon. He could ruin Michael. He could ruin Anthony. He could ruin Mike.
I mean, you really never know.
I mean, here's the deal. They're going to be catching them at possibly the worst spot. Oh, really no. Bad. I'm getting flashbacks.
This is getting bad. Yeah.
Flashback. Actually, they all get through it quite nice. Thing is, though, is Anthony will be at the tail end of all this, so he should...
Wide.
Oh, Anthony made contact. They made contact. Anthony to the inside. This only brings Mike in.
This is scary.
Anthony will take the lead. They're 3
There we
wide.
go.
Oh! Landon tries to save it in front of Anthony. He doesn't. He will go off into the grass.
Remember how we said lap cars could be an issue? Well, there's your issue.
You got your bump and run.
Yeah, you definitely got your bump and run, Derek.
I know. I'm so happy right now. You have no idea.
But now Anthony could go on to win this race, and this is not what Eric wants. Now,
the 17's right there, though.
This ain't over. Yeah, he's not done. There's no way he's done. He wants to win.
By the way, uno lapo to go.
Here comes the 17. He goes wide. Oh, man, he got the wall. White flag in the air.
This is for all the marbles on the table right now. This is a championship in his grasp.
He's got a big chance to take that lead into Homestead, which could come next week.
Springer's got to really overrun a corner here to even have a slight chance. He's really got to outbreak him. I just don't think he's going to get there. It's between the 17 and the 15. Now, if they do make contact, though, we'll open up the door for the 64.
Or if the 15 makes one small mistake and there's a lot of pressure being shown. He is. Yeah, I see it too. Here we go, into the bus stop. Whoa, there we go. Oh, no!
Oh, no.
Oh, this is bad.
17.
Springer goes around the second. This is going to be a battle for the lead. There, he's got a chance.
Mike, he's there. He's got the advantage. He gives them a bump. They bump. Here comes Mike Springer to the inside.
What a finish.
Here comes Mike Springer to the inside. There he goes. When he's putting the bumper, he moves him up. Will he cross him over? 3-way finish. The 17, Anthony Burrows will lean it off turn 8. And Anthony Burrows.
Springer goes to the inside.
Anthony Burrows. Wow. Wow. What a finish at Watkins Glen, guys. Holy cow. Anthony Burrows, Michael Causey, Mike Springer, and Eric Wolf. That was one of the best finishes we've had all season. Hands down, no questions. I'm not even playing.
It looked like Stouffer even got it in the back of Anthony, tried to move it a little bit there.
That was great racing.
I enjoyed it.
That was exciting. Like, congratulations to Anthony Burrows, and he's going to take the points championship or the points lead into next week. Don't mean he's won it, because he sit there and said he's not good at Homestead. It's going to come down to next week. Still, I still believe it.
I believe if Anthony just gets a top 4 finish, he's got it.
Yeah, exactly. As long as he finishes 4th or better, he will have it. Eric's going to have to go out there and possibly win.
And he needs at least 1 lap led.
Yeah, at least 1 lap led. Oh, man. We're going to bring in Anthony here in just a moment. I think all these guys need to catch their breath.
I need to catch mine. I need to change my shorts, too.
And we're up here just broadcasting it. Man.
I just knew when the 17 went off track, he was going to come back and take them both out.
That was scary. What a finish.
It was all he could do to not hit Springer in the side.
Derek got so excited he done disconnected. That was absolutely insane. Alright, so we're going to bring in Anthony Burrows. And I want you to listen to how calm this kid is when we bring him in. That's why.
Oh, he's always calm.
This is going to be insane. Hey, Anthony, you got me?
Yes, sir.
Man, for one, I don't know how you're even calm right now. Talk us through the last couple laps.
I don't even know. I don't know. I was driving so hard to catch Michael there in that last run. Lap cars were holding them up a little bit. And I threw it into the inner loop. I don't know how I made that stick, but that's ultimately what won me the race. And on the white flag, he got me in the inner loop, and I had a slowdown penalty. So I kind of had to play a little defense against Mike there. So, yeah, I don't know how I was able to hold them off. That's so much fun.
That was one of the, I'm going to say, be honest, that was the best race we've seen all season with all you guys. And I mean, that was hands down one of the best, if not the best race we've seen all season. Now, let me ask you this, the big question. Now, you do have the points lead. We know that because the win. You sit there and said earlier you needed to win because you're not very good at Homestead. It's looking like you're going to have to finish top 4 or better to get the championship. So the pressure's still on with you, but a win tonight does help quite a bit. Does this take a little bit of the pressure off, or is there still a lot of pressure on going to next week at Homestead?
This takes a ton of pressure off. I knew I had to win this. At least get a gap on Eric. My goal at the beginning of the race is just to beat him. So yeah, definitely took a lot of pressure off me for that. So yeah, we'll have to go and see what happens next week.
You guys, man, you and Eric, I swear, you guys are good. I'm straight up honest. That was one of the best races, like I've said. Anybody you want to give shout outs to?
Just everyone, Michael, Mike, Eric, everyone for racing cleanly in that. You guys are putting on the broadcast. Everyone's putting on this league. This is a lot of fun.
I got a quick question for you. When you looked up in the rearview mirror, what did you think about all that dirt going up in the air from Michael?
Man, I don't even know. I was just trying my best to hold him off. Yeah, it definitely made me a little nervous. Yeah, that was. I'm speechless.
It made you nervous. I was sitting here thinking, "Oh no, he's going to catch you. He's going to knock them both in the wall, and here comes the top 3 wrecked."
It was good, man. Congratulations on your win. We'll talk to you next week on the big race. That's what we're all waiting on.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, man. Next up, we'll bring in second. Actually, Michael's not here. Let's bring in Mike Springer. There he is. Let's bring him down. Pull him down. There we go. Hey, Mike Springer, you got me?
Yeah, I got you, man.
Man, I don't even know what to say. You had a chance there at the end. So first off, I want to ask you. I want to go back a few laps beforehand and all that. Was there anything you was doing to get a little bit faster? We noticed you was actually faster than everybody on the last, I don't know, probably 50, or about the last 10 or 15 laps. Was you doing
Yeah,
anything
when those tires are old.
Yeah, was you doing a little bit anything different beforehand to save tires? Because all of a sudden we started seeing you just gaining and gaining and gaining.
No, I didn't really save at the beginning. I wasn't rough on them, but I didn't save at the beginning. I started adjusting my brake bias, so I was moving it more towards the front of the car. And that's the only thing I changed. I actually moved it to the rear, and I got real loose and lost like 2 seconds, put it back forward, and then I picked up speed. That's the only thing I changed.
Well, we've seen it come down to the final couple turns. You had a chance. I'm going to be honest, that was one of the most exciting races we've had all season long, and probably the most exciting race. You was that close to walking out of here with the victory. Anything that you wish you would have done? I know it's easy now to look back and say it, but anything you could have done a little bit different to put yourself in a better spot, or did you just let this one slip through your fingers a little bit?
Nah, I mean, if Hamlin was in the car with me, we would have took care of it. But, I like to race clean, and he's running for a championship. And, I mean, I went in that left-hander guy underneath that I could have just washed up, took him out, and handled it. But, no, I raced him clean for 49 laps, and what's one more, I mean, I don't regret it. I mean, I like racing clean. I've been preaching it, so I'll race him clean. And like I said, I don't want to ruin his race just to sneak out of here with the victory and then kind of feel bad about that. So,
and it's always good to race people clean. That earns you a lot of respect for future races as well, because you want to be racing
exactly.
away. So, man, David, you got any questions for him?
I just want to know what he thought about that car coming back in front of him.
It's the last lap. It is what it is. I've never raced with some of these guys before, so like I said, I like Watkins Glen, and I just want to race clean. I could have easily just went in there and handled it. I was happy to have a chance in the last lap, to be honest with you. I was 2 seconds behind these guys with 3 to go.
Right.
So no, it was cool. It was a good race. I had fun. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I guess, yeah, I could have wrecked and made it real exciting, but.
Do you know how close you came to getting wrecked?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I felt it in the car. It pushed me right to the wall. As soon as we touched, it's like it lifted the front tires almost. That's what it felt like in the car.
Now, Michael almost got you in the side when he come back on the track.
Yeah, there was a couple instances where in the grass on the left-hander, my left side hit the grass, and there was, it just kind of started sliding. But no, all in all, it was fun. Like, I want to race that way with all these guys, so now they know it. I know what I'm about. So
I told you last week or the week before that these guys better be lucky that you didn't make the playoffs because you would be right there in the thick of things as well. We've seen it tonight of what you can do, man. So congratulations on a third place. Shout outs to anybody you want to give?
not just thanks to everybody that watches. We have a good time doing this. I hope you guys have fun broadcasting. I'm glad it was an awesome finish. I mean, inside the car, it's totally, hair raising and sweating my ass off and stuff. So it's pretty crazy, but no, it's a lot of fun. I love racing, so that's why I do it.
Good job, man, and we'll talk to you hopefully next week.
All right, happy Halloween, guys.
You too, buddy.
You too.
Let's pull Michael back up. I lost where I actually was supposed to pull him. I forgot where he was supposed to go. So next up, we'll bring in Eric Wolf. Eric finishes fourth tonight, and Eric, of course, coming here tied for the points lead as well. Eric, you got me?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Well, all right. So first off, any disappointment right now?
No, I felt like I finished where I ran as far as speed-wise. It's a pretty good performance, just a little bit off those top guys.
So here's my question really now what I want to ask you going forward, because next week is Homestead. I feel like that track you could be really good at, because I feel like watching you race, that is the track you could possibly win at. Anthony sat there and said earlier in the pre-race he's not good at Homestead. And you need to have possibly a win, let's be honest. And Eric or Anthony has finished either fourth or worse, I think, give or take a little bit on that, depending if you lead, most laps and stuff. How do you feel about Homestead? You still got a chance at this thing for sure.
Yeah, I've never raced at Homestead. I've practiced a little bit. It seems like a pretty fun track, but it's basically a must-win for me if I want to have a shot at this, and Anthony's going to have to finish fifth or worse. That's the scenario I'm faced with right now, I think.
So, anything you could have done a little bit different? I mean, or... you pitted a little bit later than everybody else. Do you think overall that hurts you a little bit, knowing the guys had a little bit fresher tires before you pitted? Is there anything you could have done in that situation, do you think?
Well, it definitely hurt me early on in the run, but back at Infineon, I pitted early, and I built the gap up, and then they came steamrolled me later, so I was going to try to get on the other end of it and hopefully have tires at the end.
I want to ask you the same question David was asking them. What was going through your mind you've seen all this stuff happening in front of you, especially going into the carousel. What was going through your mind when you was coming through the carousel and they was up there rubbing and stuff? Was you hoping something would happen? I mean, I know you don't race like that by any means. I want to make sure everybody knows that. But in the back of your mind, you kind of got to hope something was happening to Anthony as well.
To be honest with you, I just didn't want him to win the race. I was really pulling for Mike, just hoping he could pull it off. But, I mean, those guys did an excellent job. They raced each other really clean. And Anthony, I mean, for the save he made in the bus stop, he deserves that win. That was incredible.
That's for sure. David, you got any questions for Eric?
Just that I think that he's doing a real good, excellent job to come in here halfway through the season and still pull off the top two in the championship. Yeah. So, yeah, he's a good racer. I enjoy racing with him.
I agree. Eric's one of the cleanest racers we see in here week in and week out. And still got a chance at the championship, Eric. So go out there and see what happens next week, man. You're definitely still in the thick of things. Good luck. And anybody you want to give shout-outs to?
All right, thanks, guys. I appreciate the good words there. I just want to thank everybody, especially Mike Springer. I held him up. I knew I was, but the points were just too crucial to give him the spot. But he raced me really clean. I want to thank him for how he raced me.
For sure, man. Hopefully, we'll see you next week in Victory Lane celebrating a championship. It's going to be a fun one, so we'll talk to you then.
All right, thank you.
Thanks a lot, buddy. All right, let's bring in one more person because I promised him an interview. Landon Lacey. Landon, you got me? I don't know if he's
yes, sir.
There he is. All right, so let me ask you a question because you was in the middle of this too. That's why I wanted to bring you in. You was right in the thick of the championship guys. What was going on in your mind? Because you did nothing wrong. I want to make sure everybody knows that. What was going through your mind during that?
Well, he caught up. The 17 caught up to me. Well, after pit stops, he was catching me pretty quick. But once he hit about that 5-second area, it seemed like the gap would get slower and slower to catching me. So he got around 2 seconds and he couldn't really catch me anymore. So I really didn't want to, just give up the lap because, I felt like I was faster than him.
There's something I want to mention to you real fast, and I'm sure that you probably know, but looking at your I rating's not the best at the moment. And this is kind of for people that might be new to iRacing. I rating basically skill level. You finished better. You finished way better, I think, than what people expected because you actually have like I think the third lowest I rating out of everybody in here. You battled back to finish sixth. Not only that, you actually started a black flag and had to start last with the black flag. What was it like trying to get back up there? You possibly had a top five, top three car.
I mean, yeah, I agree. To be at the end of the race and be able to, run about the same lap times as a leader. I mean, yeah, they were a little quicker than me, but I still felt like I feel like I had a top five car easily. I mean, getting up through there wasn't as easy. Wasn't as hard as I thought it was because, by the time I got to a lot of cars, everybody was spread out. So I was just having to pass them one at a time. And also with the leaders thing, I'm glad when me and Branch had our little, because we went 3 wide into the corner because I didn't expect Burrows to dive it in as deep as he did.
Right.
I'm just glad when I wrecked through the chicane that I didn't take anybody out, and I was trying my best. I was like, I see a hole in between the 17 and the 15. I'm like, I'm shooting for that gap, and luckily I made it.
That was an exciting finish, and you was part of it. And it could have went the other way. Everybody could be yelling at you right now. Everybody could be yelling at whoever.
There probably is somebody mad at me right now.
That's road course racing, I guess. Yeah, I loved it. Like Mid David was cheering. I mean, that was fun to watch, man. Another good run by you. We always see you. Anything you race in, you're always good in. No matter what it is, honestly, I've known that for quite a while now. So, anybody you want to give shout outs to?
Yeah, shout out to DRL. They put on amazing races every week. I mean, if there's anybody in the iRacing community that's looking for any type of NASCAR related league, I mean, I would definitely refer you to this league because I mean this is a well put on league. I have fun every time I race with these guys. I like to thank my team and teammates at Overtake Motorsports because they push me to do better at tracks like this, especially sad Joe didn't get to race today, but Joe always pushes us to do better at road courses.
I think that's the truth.
Yeah, I mean, and thank you, Adam, for the amazing paint you made for me tonight.
Oh, dude, it's freaking Charlie Brown. You were out. You heard me call you Charlie Brown earlier, right?
Yeah, I was a little mad.
All right, man. We'll talk to you here soon.
All right, thanks bud.
So David, overall, man, what's your thoughts on this race as we get ready to head into Homestead?
It was an awesome race. It was an awesome finish. I couldn't ask for a better to sit back here and broadcast and watch. And, he's got a good point. DRL puts on some really good races, and we are going to be doing the Winter Series, and it'll be a 10 race. And at the beginning of the year, we're going to be running 3 different series next season.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, too. So, you guys heard David broadcast tonight, and I'm going to be honest, David, I don't know how many times you broadcast in the past. You brought some really good insight stuff tonight, and I'm actually looking forward to you broadcasting because I think you're going to be really good at it. So, looking forward to that. So, guys, make sure you check him out. We'll even post a link on our Facebook page. I'll get it from his, and I'll link it for the Winter Series for you guys so you can watch him broadcast and watch me win every race. No, not really. But, yeah.
Are you really racing with us?
I am going to race the truck series.
Oh, I got to see that.
Yeah, I'm going to race the truck series. I love the trucks, man. I'm pretty decent at them, so I am racing the truck series. Which is why I was kind of glad that when they said that they got you to broadcast the Winners League, I was like, yes, get to race the truck series.
I hear you. Well, I wouldn't be able to do it if it wasn't for you and giving me the stuff to help do it.
Like I sit there and told everybody in the past, man, you definitely seem like you enjoy it, so I'm more than happy to help. So, my thoughts on tonight's race, man, you ain't going to find better racing. You're just really not. So that's all I can really say. Real fast, I want to give a huge shout out to Northeast Ohio's Ghostbusters. Huge sponsorship for them. They came on the last 3 races and have helped sponsor every of the last 3 races. Also, Fastlane, they came on and sponsored a couple races as well. So you shout out to them. I posted a link in the description for Northeast Ohio's Ghostbusters. Email them, get yourself one of them bracelets. It's only $5, and help out the charities and stuff that they're trying to run. So as far as us, we don't broadcast tomorrow. We'll be back Thursday for Go Fast Racing League Dirt Playoff race at Texas. So thanks again for everybody for watching. That's going to do it for us here tonight for Dynasty Racing League. That is David Wellborn, Derek Pemberton, who I guess disconnected or lagged out, I think. That's going to do it, though, guys. We'll talk to everybody later. Have a great night. Happy Halloween, and God bless. Flag is in the air here at New Hampshire. New Hampshire, when this race continues, things can change in an instant at day 7. Thomas Showers Jr. did get his lap back. There he goes, celebrating tonight at day